Well, this week marks 20 years since the war in Iraq began. In 8 years, the war cost the United States 4,400 servicemen and women, nearly 40 of which came from East Tennessee. One of those was Lance Corporal William C. Koprince, Jr. of Lenoir City. He died in 2006 at the age of 24. We talked with his mother, Berine Koprince, about a mother's pain that never goes away.
In the 16 years since she lost her son, Berine Koprince has worked through her heartache to support other troops and their families.
The biggest fear of a mom is that her child will be forgotten, especially this kind of death when he died so that you and I could gather here today.
Veterans Memorials recognize him as Lance Corporal William C. Koprince, Jr. To his mom, he was Billy.
He was a very happy man, and he liked to keep people happy. He always hated school and all that, you know, so I always felt really bad for him because he really struggled in school. But then he gets in the Marine Corps and he just like blossoms.
On December 27, 2006, Billy Koprince was killed in an IED explosion in Iraq. He was just 24 years old.
When he was leaving to deploy for his third deployment, I could tell he was anxious. And then when he got on the road, then I called and I told him, you know, that I didn't want to make a big scene for him leaving or us seeing each other for the last time for a while. And he said he understood. So yeah, it was very hard. And I look back on those days, and some days I wish I'd have just hung on to him and told him he couldn't go.
Not long after her son died, Bernie reached out to the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Vols. Her son was a big fan of Peyton Manning.
I left a message on the machine that their biggest fan had been killed for their freedom. And the manager had them listen to the recording, and then they called me back and they said, "What can we do for you?" Philip Fulmer. And of course it was, you know, Christmas break, and I left a message for him as well. And all of a sudden this jersey showed up at my house.
That jersey remains in her office, along with other precious memories and tributes to her son.
I have 4 grandkids, and one of them is the oldest one is named after my son. I'll tell you what, that oldest one looks so much like him that my daughter has done a double take every once in a while when she'll look at pictures.
As the nation marks 20 years since the start of the war in Iraq, Berine Koprince can't help but reflect on what she lost, but also remembers why her son chose to serve.
What I want to tell them, that they should be proud that there's people that are willing to sign that check that says, I'll give my life for yours. And maybe you don't agree with it, but they do, and so you need to support them.
Bernie's husband, Bill, died in 2020. Bill and the entire family, they were actively involved in the Mountain Man Memorial March. It's coming up on April 21st and 22nd in Gatlinburg.